Hey, Talking fam, and welcome to the Talking Sports video. Yes, guys, and we are back to do another non-injury related video. Alright, so here we guys go. This one will be over the World Series starting tonight. So, hope you guys like it, and this is the 10 things to know about the Astros-Phillies. Alright, guys, so number one on this list is going to be they have contrasting resumes. The Astros have been to the league championship 6 straight times, and they've also won 4 of their last 6 AL pennants. The Astros have topped 100 wins 4 times in this 6-year span, and one of those years was a 60-game season. And the one time they didn't win 100 in a full season was last year when they won 95. So this year the Astros won 106 games while the Phillies only won 87 in the regular season. And the Astros have also swept their way into the World Series as they swept the Mariners and they swept the Yankees. So they've played 7 games already and they're 7-0. So they basically won 113 games this year. And also, the biggest difference in wins between the World Series came in 06 and 1906, when the 116-win Cubs faced 93-win White Sox, which are not too far of that record 23. As this year is 19-game difference, so the underdog White Sox won last time. The Phillies also haven't been to the playoffs since 2011. Hadn't been to the NLCS since 2010, and hadn't won the pennant since 2009. They went without a winning record between 2011 and last year, when they were a modest 82-80. Another thing with the Astros is they have been perfect so far. The Phillies are 9-2 so far this season, but haven't trailed in 3 series and haven't faced elimination. But the Astros have gone a perfect 7-0. So the 2 wildcard teams that go perfect heading into the World Series were the 14 Royals and the 07 Rockies from this decade. The last time a team totally ran the table in the postseason was the 76 Reds, though they needed to win 3 games in the NLCS and 4 in the World Series. The Astros are already 7-0. They'll need to go 11-0 to pull it off. So it is sad to believe that there's no reason that they have to do that in order to be remembered. 11-3 will do just fine. For what it's worth, the Astros are on a 9-game winning streak dating back to the regular season. Their last loss came on October 3rd against the Phillies. Also, Dusty Baker is on a quest. He won a ring with the Dodgers in 81 as a player. He is in his 25th season as a manager, and while he has won a division title with 5 different teams, which is an MLB record, and 3 pennants, he's never won a World Series as a skipper. He is 73 years old and should be in the Hall of Fame. He'd love that exclusive ring, though. Many will be rooting for his man, who has long been incredibly popular in baseball circles. At number 4, we take a look at the impact of Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman. The Astros have been much of a turnover since their 17 title. Only 5 players remain: Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, Yuli Gurriel, Lance McCullers Jr., and Justin Verlander. So let's take a look at Altuve and Bregman. Altuve started the playoffs 0 for 21 before he got a hit, and he's one of the most decorated hitters in postseason history. His second in career playoff home runs, third in runs, 8th in RBIs, 9th in hits, and 4th in total bases. Now, the Astros have managed to win all 7 games without much, if any, help from his bat. It would sure help him complete the job if he came around in this World Series. And as well, Altuve got 2 hits in Game 4 of the ALCS. He beat out a grounder and then blooped a single in the right field. Looks like a line drive in the box score. It's true, and maybe getting those knots settles Altuve and before the World Series starts. Now let's take a look at Alex Bregman. He doesn't need some help settling in, as he had banged up in the World Series last year, and the subject of questions without Bader ended up dropping him in the batting order. In the 7 games so far this season, Bregman is 10 for 30 with 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs. With the way Jeremy Pena is swinging it in the 2-hole and how Jordan Alvarez is third, Bregman and Altuve going well in the 1 and 4 spots, giving the Astros such a ridiculously imposing top of the order. Now, the Phillies do have a power punch as well. They aren't too shabby at the top of their order as well. Leadoff man Kyle Schwarber was the NL leader and non-judged leader in home runs with 46. He was brutal in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, but he did club 3 homers in 15 at-bats in the CS. He now has 12 career postseason playoffs home runs and 145 at-bats. Now, take a look at that. Alright, as well, you also have 2-hole hitter Rhys Hoskins. He's only hitting 182, but he has 8 hits, 5 have been home runs, and he has hit some huge ones too, with 11 RBIs in 11 games. And then you have Bryce Harper, who is the hottest hitter on the planet. Through 11 playoff games, he's hitting .419 with 6 doubles, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, and 10 runs. Now, if you take a look at that stat line, you're like, alright, well, that's through a lot of games. But it's through 11 games. What a postseason right there by Bryce Harper. And then you have JT Realmuto, who is not a slouch between Harper and Hoskins as well. So, number 6, all that starting pitching on both sides. You have much have been made the Phillies pair of aces and Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola. Each is capable of putting the team on his back for 6 and 7 innings and given starts. If the series does go 7 games, they'll hit the ball a combined 4 times. Ranger Suarez is a very good number 3 as well, which we saw him start in Game 3 of the NLCS. And then you have the Astros counter with Hall of Famer and likely 2022 Cy Young winner Justin Verlander in Game 1, while Framber Valdez, who led the AL in innings pitched this season, he will be the number 2 starter. And then it's probably either Lance McCullers or Christian Javier. It would be a stretch to say 4 aces, maybe, probably not. We're going to see a lot of good starting pitching this series. And then at number 7, you have the Astros, who do have the bullpen advantage. While they do have the best bullpen, judging by run prevention in baseball this year, they also have more than 4 good starters as they bumped some of those down to the bullpen for the playoffs, such as Javier in the ALDS, Luis Garcia, Hunter Brown, and Jose Urquidy, though he has not been used yet. Closer Ryan Presley with Rafael Montero and Hector Neris are likely to get the most high leverage, but they are so deep as well. And 33 innings of relief work, they have a 82.82 bullpen ERA and a .73 whip bullpen. So on the Phillies end, they have Jose Alvarado and Sir Anthony Dominguez for their highest leverage moments, with Dave Robertson, Zach Eflin, Andrew Bellotti, and Brad Hand being worked into that list as well. The Phillies have a workable .319 ERA and a 1.11 whip in the playoffs from the relievers, but the chance of this group blowing a game are much higher than the Astros. So, all right, at number 8, we have the Phillies have a suspect defense. In terms of defense efficiency, which is the most simple measure of the percentage in balls and plays converted to outs, the Phillies ranked 24th this season. They are among last playoff team. The Astros ranked 3rd. Other measures, such as defensive runs saved, the Phillies ranked similarly bad. So the problem is mostly range, as they're stuck with some DHs in the corner outfield spots and probably first base as well. Speaking of, we've seen some playoffs miscues from Hoskins at first and other areas as well. The test alone says they are inferior in this aspect of the game. At number 9, there is personal history. Pitcher Aaron Nola and Astros third baseman Alex Bregman both went to LSU at the same time. They were roommates. This could be interesting or even fun. On the family front, the Phillies just wrapped up a Nola versus Nola that matchup in Game 2 of the CS. They actually won't have another, though there is a Maton on both teams. Astros reliever Phil Maton gave up a single to his brother, while Phillies utility man Nick Maton on October 5th. Shortly after, Phil broke his hand while punching a locker in frustration. He's out for the series. He will not Nick won't be on the Phillies NLCS roster either. Wasn't on the NLCS roster either. So family pride in who did the winning. All right, at number 10, finally number 10, it is their first ever World Series matchup. We've never seen this Road Classic. So the Astros just switched over to the American League in 2013, and well, the Phillies haven't made the playoffs since then until now. So last year was the Braves Astros for the first time. The year before, Dodgers Rays had never previously happened, nor the Nationals Astros. In 2018, it was a rematch kind of. The Red Sox Dodgers World Series hadn't happened since 1916. The franchise was the Brooklyn Robins. And 2017, Astros Dodgers, it was a first time or two, as was 2016 Cubs Cleveland. The last time we got a repeat of the World Series when both franchises had the same name, the Red Sox versus the Cardinals in 2013. It also happened in 04, 67, and 46. Alright guys, that is going to be today's video. Please like and subscribe down below. I would really appreciate it. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.